Good evening, everybody. I'm your host, the Supreme Litigant, and I'd like to welcome everybody back to smartloctv. If you haven't already, please go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscription button, and turn that notification bell on. I'll give y'all a few seconds to do that. All right, y'all. So I'm going to jump right on into this. About 7 months ago, right here, I did a video titled Don't Be This Guy. And this guy, I'm about to show y'all who it is. It is, give me a second, y'all. This guy right here. This guy right here. Don't be this guy. Now, before I, give him a proper disposition, meaning before I ban him, I'm gonna tell you why I'm banning him. I don't like if you're wrong about something, that's okay, just so long as you're making reasonable mistakes. In other words, because I make reasonable mistakes. I might read a case, I might misinterpret the case or something like that, and I might later discover in another case that I misconstrued the case or I misunderstood the case, something like that. That's okay, that's fine. All right, but Hayden, this man here, he's just a hater. Period. He is just a hater. Because I have videos on my YouTube channel. This is why I stopped showing my face. Like we say, look at this, judges don't have buns. I have videos on my YouTube channel showing you their buns. And FYI, almost every single one of them have buns. This is not just limited to judges. The mayor has a bun. Any duly elected public servant, generally speaking, has a bond. The sheriff has a bond. Who else? Members of the school board, they have bonds. The city council members, they have bonds. I think the clerks, if I'm not mistaken, the clerks of the courts, they have bonds. It's just a laundry list of them. Some of them have their own bond, and most of them are covered under a blanket bond. Good luck figuring that out for your particular jurisdiction. You can figure it out, but you're gonna have to do some research on it. And then when you do figure it out and you start asking them for it, they're either gonna act like they don't know what the hell you're talking about, or they're gonna give you the wrong bun. They're gonna give you the wrong information or something like that, something along those lines. But let me. I'm gonna read this a little bit more just to see what he's saying. But it's not going to happen. Anyone going pro se as an idiot for a client, which is I definitely don't agree with that, because attorneys will sabotage your case and there's nothing you can do about it. Generally speaking, there's nothing you can do about it. You can probably, you can prosecute a ineffective assistance of counsel claim, but I don't think that, sometimes they work, sometimes they do work. And I think more times they don't work is what I'm getting at. Besides, like any mistakes of counsel, they are attributed to you. I've read that in case I actually posted that on this channel, just to show y'all that it is your responsibility to know your rights and enforce your rights. Now, once you start learning your rights and you try to enforce them in court, they're gonna ignore you. They're gonna act like they don't know what the hell you're talking about. They're gonna misconstrue the facts. They're gonna violate due process left and right. They're gonna violate the procedural rules, they're gonna violate case law. They're gonna do all of that. I'm telling you what I know because I see it. It happens to me. It's happened to me in my appeal case that I talked about on here. It's happened to me in a case out of Illinois. To the guy who I'm helping assist with a case, he knows exactly what I'm talking about. I'm not even gonna mention his name, but when he watches this video, he's gonna know what I'm talking about, because he himself can comprehend the language as well. But anyway, even lawyers don't represent themselves. So what? That's them. And anyone who believes this sovereign citizen nonsense is a loony anyway. Let's see. What is this? I don't know what that is. No, you do not get the rights to life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness if you have committed a crime. And it depends on what type of crime you're talking about. Anyway, you can be locked up or even killed. Depends on what you're talking about. Yeah, but the same thing goes for them. They cannot walk up to you without any lawful purpose and pull out a gun on you and start shooting at you. They cannot do that. And if you shoot them back in self-defense, that is lawful for you to do because you have a right. You have a right to self-defense against anybody. Anybody. Your consent is not required. That is a lie. That right there is a complete lie because I did a video showing you where they're saying you can consent to the court's jurisdiction or you cannot. Let me just stop right here, man. Look, if you can consent, let me rephrase the question. If you can choose on whether or not to consent to the search of your car or your house without a warrant, then what makes you think that you cannot consent or can consent? I think I'm misquoting this, so to speak. But long story short, you can consent to the court's jurisdiction, or you cannot consent to the court's jurisdiction, so-called court anyway, because these are administrative agencies. They're not courts. They're administrative agencies masquerading as courts. They look like courts and they function like courts, but they're not courts. They're exercising quasi-judicial authority. What is quasi-judicial? Let's see, because I posted this on my YouTube channel. I think it's going to be down here a little bit more. Right here. This is what quasi-judicial means. Let's click on it and see. Let's see what it means. Quasi-judicial means court-like, kind of like a court, colorable. That's what you're dealing with. You're not in a court. You're dealing with colorable courts, colorable law because statutes are not laws, and colorable money because Federal Reserve notes are not money. They are negotiable instruments. That's what they are. Anyway, some common usage of the term quasi-judicial in a legal sense includes: quasi-judicial refers to a proceeding conducted by an administrative or executive official, and that is exactly what you are dealing with, because a city is an administrative agency. A county is an administrative agency, and administrative agencies are a part of the executive branch of government. However, they exercise quasi-judicial and quasi-legislative functions. That is what they do. That's what they doing, y'all. That's what they doing. There's no doubt in my mind that it is not what they're doing, because I know for a fact that that is what they're doing. Because the legislature does not have any judicial authority to give to their executive administrators of these administrative agencies. They don't. It doesn't belong to them due to separation of powers. Anyway, quasi-judicial refers to a proceeding conducted by an administrative or executive official or organization that is similar to a court proceeding. Looks just like a court, y'all. Functions like one and everything. A hearing conducted by a human rights commission. A court may review a decision arising from a quasi-judicial proceeding. Quasi-judicial can also refer to a judicial act performed by an official who is either not a judge or not acting in his or her capacity as a judge. Let's get back to this. This is, look, man, I just go, sometimes I just get tired of talking about this stuff, man. But y'all got to stop listening to these people, man. Do not follow these people. Do your own research. You don't have to believe everything that I say. Go do your own research. That's what you got to do. You got to do your own research, because I had to figure this stuff out on my own. I had people teaching me this stuff, but I just had to start reading cases and doing research. But that's what I had to do. Now, if y'all want case, because I can show you cases if you want cases on where it clearly tells you that you can consent or not consent to a court's jurisdiction, so-called court anyway. Anyway, the jurisdiction is provided by the offense and location. There's some truth to that. Your name is your name, regardless of how it's spelled. That is definitely a lie, because your legal name is a legal person, just like an administrative agency, which I'm in this particular sense, I mean the city. The city is an administrative agency. A municipal corporation, which is that's what they call cities, is an administrative agency. It's a legal person. That's exactly what it is. Let me show y'all what I'm talking about. Let me pause the video and let me show you this. All right. So let me show y'all this document. Let me go to my files. I want y'all to see the document that I'm on. All right. The Law of Municipal Corporations. This is the second edition. All right. The Law of Municipal Corporations. So what is a municipal corporation? Any type of water board, city, county, what else? School, stuff like that. If they're performing so-called government functions and they're corporations, they are, by that definition, a municipal corporation, generally speaking. All right. So who wrote this? Let's see who wrote it. Dillon wrote this, John F. Dillon. All right. If you go and read the old cases, and they still cite him in the new cases, I know because I see it all the time. All right. They cite this as a reference. So in other words, what this is a treatise. All right. This is the principles of it. All right. So he took the time out to do the research a long time ago. And he has it all in one place for you right here. So it's 547 pages. But this is the Law of Municipal Corporations by John F. Dillon, LLD. The Circuit Judge of the United States for the 8th Judicial Circuit, Professor of Law in the University of Iowa, and late one of the Justices of the Supreme Court of Iowa. All right, so he wrote this. A lot of them. You can go and look on my YouTube channel, because you'll see it in some of the cases. This is who they're citing. When you see Dillon on municipal corporations, this is what they're talking about. All right. Look, it's from 1873. This is volume 1, New York. Okay, so this is from 1873. All right. All of the old stuff is the gold stuff. That is where all of the principles come from. That's where they get this stuff from. All they're doing is repeating this stuff from 100, 200 years ago. That's what they're doing. That's what all of the so-called judges are doing, and that's what all of the attorneys are doing. As a matter of fact, that's what I'm doing. That's what everybody is doing. It's all hearsay. Anyway, so let's get down. It's on page 108. Well, let me see something. There's that word is thus and members of the chain group itself remains. All right, that ain't it. Let's see the particular corporation of this thing. Let me see, but for the practice. I think that's it, but there's one more because it's not as vague. This is it right here. It's on page 108, I think, section 9 in this ebook. Well, actually, it looks like page 91. Let me go back up and see. Yeah, we'll say it's page 91. All right. So, corporations defined and classified. A corporation is a legal institution devised to confer upon the individuals of which it is composed powers, privileges, and immunities, which they would not otherwise possess. The most important of which are continuous legal identity and perpetual or indefinite succession. Under the corporate name, what corporate name? The city of, the town, or the city of Atlanta, the city of Dallas, the city of Houston, the city of Mobile, city of Tallahassee, so on and so forth. Notwithstanding successive changes by death or otherwise, In the corporators or members of the corporation, it conveys, perhaps, as intelligible an idea as can be given by a brief definition to say that a corporation is a legal person with a special name and composed of such members and endowed with such powers and such only as the law prescribes. That's what it's a legal person. That's exactly what it is. Your legal name is a legal person. And so I don't know how many times just people. This is why you need to read on your own and stop listening to people. You gotta do your own research and figure this stuff out. Judges run the courts, not you. That is a lie. No, they don't. They have a lot of discretion in there, but they're not judges anyway. But anyway, they have discretion in there, but they cannot do whatever they want whenever they want. They can't do that. They like to act like they can. Anyway, the last thing he says, judges do not have bonds. All right. So let me go ahead and just do this right now. And then I'll get back to the other part. Because he just be talking. There's another guy on here too. I'm not sure if it's a man or a woman, but I'll get to that in a second. I gotta go and find him on here. Well, I'll do that later. But let's go to the other one. Then there's another one. I think there's some comments up here. Where we at? Right here on this one right here. Also, y'all, don't be this man or woman who I'm about to point out. Don't be them. Do not do that. So let's go and see. So let's see what the post is. This is, correct me if I'm wrong, are undisputed facts deemed admitted? I'm certain they are, and I am. The appellate court literally ignored 99% of my undisputed facts. How do you lose when the opposing party did not dispute any of your motions or affidavits? I cannot make this up. Can't make it up. And that's exactly what happened in my case. Now, if you don't know what you're doing, of course it's possible for you to lose. You know, if you don't know what you're doing, or if the affidavits if they're not, if the facts are not sufficient in your motions or affidavit, you know, you're gonna lose. They'll cite it then when your facts are not sufficient and you're not right, you're incorrect. They'll cite it then, especially if you pro se. They'll be more than happy to tell you that you're wrong. But when you're right, they're extremely hesitant to tell you that you're right. So let's see what he's talking about. No, your so-called facts are solely your opinion, and most of the time have nothing to do with the case. I don't talk about nothing that is irrelevant in my case. I tell people on my channel, don't do that. If it's not relevant, we're not talking about it. Thus, the judge ignores them and your facts get tossed aside like a turd in the wind. So I felt like trolling him today and just picking his or her brain a little today. And just to see what they know. You know, and I can't believe that some of the stuff that she or he is saying. So I say, do you know what makes an allegation a fact? If so, tell me. An allegation is a claim that someone did something wrong, typically one made without proof, which is what you do a lot. How do you know? Have you read any of my cases? You have not. Ain't read one. Anyway, there, I answered your question. The fact you asked shows how dumb you are. You didn't even answer my question because I asked you, do you know what makes an allegation a fact? So I had to go on down, and since you did not answer the question, I will. If an allegation is not disputed, especially in an affidavit, it is deemed true. Now, another way that facts become, the allegation become facts, if you don't dispute it. Two, if you stipulate to it, meaning y'all agree that, okay, this is what happened, regardless if it happened or not. If you agree that it happened, then it becomes a fact and it's no longer in dispute. I think there may be one or two more ways, but I can't really think of them off the top of my head right now. He says, no, you're thinking of a lawsuit. If someone files a lawsuit and no one acts upon it, the court accepts everything as a lawsuit. Everything is a lawsuit because corporations have to enforce their own rights, meaning they have to sue you. So what do I mean by that? Well, when you go through a city and you don't have on a seatbelt and one of their revenue officers sees you, they give you a ticket and they file a lawsuit against you. That's exactly what they're doing. They're suing you. Anytime they haul you off into their administrative agencies, they're filing a lawsuit against you. That is what they are doing. I don't even think he knows what a lawsuit is. He thinks all lawsuits are just, you know what, whatever. Just tired of this. Anyway, I just thought you just embarrassing yourself. Why are you doing, like, what's wrong with you? You just keep proving me right. You're just another sob-sick conspiracy believer, narcissist all the way. You don't want to hear any opposing opinions. You just say they're wrong automatically and call courts and lawyers corrupt when they call you out on your pseudo law. I don't post no pseudo law, man. You can't cite nothing on my channel. You can't cite no citation of authority on my channel and say that it does not expressly say it or implicitly say what I say it says. You can't do that. I know you can't. So let's see. You do realize, I'm just picking his brain, y'all. I'm trolling him a little bit. You do realize there are 2 pics of court transcripts from a judge calling me intelligent and my pleadings well written and reasoned. So look, when you air quote anything and then claim a judge called you intelligent and well written, I know, and anyone with half a brain cell knows you're a liar and a half. Like, why on earth would I make that up? Now, if anybody wants to see the transcript that I have, you can see it. I'm not going to give you the case citation for it, but I'll give you the now I'll let you just read it's just something up in the transcript because I'm just very private like that. And this is a private. This particular case is not. You're not going to have access to this case unless you're a party to the case. In this particular lawsuit that's going on, you're not going to have access to it unless it's you're a party to the case. Let's go down. Like, that's what I would say. If you want to see the transcript, I'll show you some stuff in the transcript if you want to see it. Or if you want me to take more pictures of the transcript or something like that, I'll do it just to let y'all see it. But whoever this is, I'm not showing them nothing because I don't have to prove this to you. Like this is what you call a hater right here. That's why I ban people on my channel for hating. You're a hater, man. You just a hater. Ain't no way you just hating like this for no reason. Anyway, you have to be one of the biggest idiots on here. I'm laughing because I can't really believe it. I really couldn't believe that he was saying this. Let's go down a little bit more. All right, there's one more. I'm gonna show y'all what he's talking about on another comment on here, and then I'm gonna just ban him because I ain't got time for it. So where is it? I think it's right here. I could be wrong, but I think it's right here. Y'all see these comments that I'm about to show y'all, like, why on earth would I go through all that? I'm not finna go through all that. Like, come on, man. All right, so let's go to the post. After reviewing the decisions against me in the appellate court, I see exactly why I lost. First, the orders I moved to vacate for lack of due process could only be vacated using a writ of mandamus. That is entirely my fault, and it is, because I neither knew this nor filed said writ. I didn't. And I didn't know that at the time. I know now. So that's my fault. All right. But subject matter jurisdiction. Oh, no. I won that subject matter jurisdiction argument. That's why they don't want to talk about it. Second, the appellate court literally ignored a lot, and I mean a lot, of my undisputed material facts against the appealee. just so they can rule in favor of the trial court, and they will do that. Do you just think, y'all? Just think for a second here. Do you really think that they are going to rule against one of their colleagues and say that you are right and they are wrong? So in other words, do you really think that these people are going to say, yeah, this pro se litigant is right, who's never went to law school, and this federal judge or this state judge who's been doing this 40 years is wrong? Do you really think that they're going to do that? There's one, I think it's Chief Justice, what was his name? Warren Burger, something like that. He criticized attorneys. And, he said like 75 or 95% of them or something like that were either corrupt, incompetent, or both, something like that. And they didn't want him to make, they tried to get him to withdraw his statement. Something like, y'all know what I'm talking about. If you've heard it before, you know what I'm talking about. If you read it before, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But do you really think that they're gonna do that? They're not gonna do that, man. It's just some, I don't know what it is, man. They hate us. Like whoever this is right here. They haters, man. Ain't nothing you can do about it. They just hate us. That's all they do is hate. Give me a second, y'all. I'll be right back. All right, y'all. Sorry about that. I'm back. I don't really remember what I left off from, but let me get back at it. So he says, no, you lost because the judge realized everything you were saying was complete nonsense, and they were dealing with someone who's playing pretend lawyer. My guess they've dealt with your kind before and or were warned beforehand. So, I want you to know, since you're making all these allegations, you need to substantiate them. Can you explain to me the facts of the case? Let me know. Did you read the case? I want to know how you read it because it's private. You're not gonna be able to read that case unless you're a party to the case. So, I mean, what are you talking about? Anyway, and I guess when attorneys lose too, it's because none of them knew what they were doing. You know what I'm saying? I guess that, I guess when attorneys, they don't know what they're doing. Now, some of them don't, some of them do. Anyway, you have never won a case, period. What? You are not an actual lawyer and don't want to be honest with you. I don't want to be now. Well, you know what? I mean, the legal definition for lawyer, the original, the organic definition, is one learned in the law. So I guess you can say that I'm a lawyer or a counsel, or so to speak, whatever. Nor any kind of constitutional law scholar. I don't want to be that. I don't want to be that, man. No, I don't want to do that. I just know what my rights are. But anyway, when one claims they're actually not. Another sovereign citizen conspiracy failed. Some right to travel nonsense, a fake lawsuit you tried to file, or more fake paperwork. Something along those lines. It gets good, y'all, because why on earth would I go through all of this? Just why? Why? I said there are literally 2 videos on my channel showing people I settled a federal lawsuit 2 years ago. Shut your hating ass up. This is a hater. I know what a hater is, man. This is a hater. It gets a little more entertaining. Right. That's why it's on a Word document. So what? So you're saying that it's on a PDF format or Word document that is fake. This is what he's saying. Give me a break. You just typed that all up yourself, really? Why on earth would I do that publicly, knowing people, some people anyway, not you, because obviously you did, but some people are going to verify if what I'm saying is true. And I know some people have actually already done that. That never happened. You're not even trying to show bad a scammer you are. You're not even trying to show bad a scammer you are, something like that. First off, let me do this. He's not going to see this video. Whoever this is, they're not going to see this video. They're going to be blocked. All right. But y'all are going to see it. So let's go to the case. I can't, like, these people just be just dumb, y'all. Like, y'all gotta just don't listen to these people. Don't listen to these people. Right here. Davis versus Holyfield. Right here. Case text. I always tell y'all to go on case text, don't I? Yes, I do. Here's one right here. There's the case right there. There's the case. There's the case. Let's go to right here. I went off on this one. Here's the case right here. Right here on December 1st, 2021. I mean, like one day later, because I knew that they were going to do this. I knew they was going to do it. Plaintiff filed a motion to strike all 28 of the affirmative defenses asserted by defendant Brandon Breland and Justin Holyfield in their answer to plaintiff's amended complaint. The defendants filed their response in opposition, blah, blah, blah. This matter is ripe for a decision by the undersigned, specifically a report and recommendation entered pursuant to blah, blah, blah. It is recommended that plaintiff's motion is denied in large measure, but granted in part. And then he substantiates why, why he did what he did. So on and so forth. I'm just going to give you the case citation. You can go and read. You can go look it up yourself. Some of the documents you're not going to see. Like the non-disclosure agreement, you're not going to see that on the public record. I have the non-disclosure agreement. You're not going to see that on the public record. Anyway, yeah, just go and read the case. This is the case right here. But this is the case that I made up. Yeah, I made all this up. This is the case that I made up. Like, all you have to do is just go and look. This is how you look, man. Don't be this guy right here. This man or woman, whoever, don't be them. Please don't do that. Anyway, I said the case number is on the document. You got to stop this. You're making yourself look bad, man. It's on the. Just go look it up. The case citation, it's on the document. Just go look it up like I did. Again, it's on a Word document, not actual paperwork. You can type up and make up a case number. It's not hard. They're right about that. I agree with that. Some people will scam you and go through. I'm not going to go through all that though. We're not doing that. It's 2022. In your case, not 1982. Also, if you really settled a federal lawsuit, it would most likely be in the news. No, it won't. So you mean to tell me that when somebody settles a case, it's in the news? It's going to go in the newspaper? No. I can't even get it in the newspaper if I wanted to because I signed a non-disclosure agreement. It would most likely be in the news, which never happened, meaning your story is bogus. Just look at this. Look at this. It says, so you're not going to research if what I'm saying is true or not? Dude, no one has to. Now, he's right. You don't have to. But if you're going to be arguing this, like, I wouldn't be on here just making myself look bad like that. Not me. I'm going to do my research. You're hitting every narcissist conspiracy script perfectly. Do your research. The U.S. is a corporation. It is. I won court cases, I think I won a few, but I think I'm very proud of myself for the federal lawsuit. The other one's okay, but it's the federal lawsuit for me. I'm a constitutional law scholar. I don't ever say nothing like that. You're not going to hear me say that. Y'all public servants have buns. They do. You can drive without a license. You can. Every line of the script. You're not even trying. Anyone can see exactly who you are. Typical NPC of a narcissistic conspiracy believer who thinks that every court officer and other public official who suddenly disagrees with their pseudo-law is somehow corrupt. This movement has been going on for decades and has never shown any proof of their conspiracies. First off, look here, man. You have to be naive, extremely naive, if you think these people are going to adjudicate any of this stuff today on the public record. In other words, you're crazy if you think that they're going to tell you that they are committing treason. They're not finna do that. I don't expect them to do that. I expect them to do exactly what they're doing. They're not gonna do that. You're crazy if you think they're not gonna do that. They're not going to 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 do that. You crazy if you think they are, because they're not going to do that. Oh boy. All right. Anyway, don't be them, y'all. Do your own research. It's okay if you disagree with me. I don't care about that. Just make sure you're doing your research. Reasonable mistakes are okay, but do not come on here talking like this idiot. Do not come on this channel spewing knowingly, patently false arguments. Don't do that. Don't do that. Or do not ignorantly come on here spewing patently false arguments. Don't do that. Do your research. We do our research over here. It's okay if we make reasonable mistakes. That's okay. Okay. But don't be whoever this is. All right, let me go and handle them right quick. We don't have a block button, so let me just hide them from the channel. And I gotta go and find this other one. All right, so let's research. Let me refresh. All right, so we got that taken care of. All right, let's make sure. Boom, got that taken care of. So I got rid of that problem. All right. Don't be them, y'all. Just make sure you do your research. If you're curious about municipal corporations, this is what you need to read. Let me get back to it. Where is it at? Right here. These treaties on it. This is what you need to read. Right here. This is where all of the principles come from. This is where they get their information from. They've been citing this since I want to say it could be from the 1600s or the 1800s until now. It's one of the two. It's probably longer than that, to be honest with you, but that's how long they've been citing this stuff. All right. I'm sorry this video was I didn't expect it to be this long, so I do apologize about that. I don't expect y'all to watch it all the way through, but if you do, appreciate it. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. That's it. Supreme Litigant is out. Peace.